Okay, in this video I am going to talk about the select statements. Now here is the basically select clause, transact SQL, the select list. Okay, it says the table name, the view name, or a table alias. Okay, what is the alias? Alias is another name for the table. Table name, view name, table alias. Again, column name. You can specify the column name, identity, row GUID, that is another what you call column that is actually used for a unique identity similar to the identity, and then there are property fields, name, and etc etc. The syntax actually, if you see, doesn't actually reveal much, but then that there is a description. If you want to go and look into the details of the arguments in the online help on the select statement, you can go to the online help and see it. Okay, I will just close this thing down and I will come back here to the Northwind, to the database using the Northwind. Okay, I will just select the use Northwind and I will select go, and the database is going to get selected. Northwind data is going to get selected. Now the first SQL statement says select star from DBO product P. Okay, the DBO dot product is the DBO is the schema name, product is the table name, and P is the alias given for the table name. What happens is that there may be lots of tables and they may be having a bigger name. Every time you don't have to type the name if you can give a alias. Okay, this P is a very simple thing I have given it. You can give it as a PR or something else. Okay, and then you can reference the column with the PR or with the name followed by the column name, alias name followed by the column name. Let's go and execute this SQL statement and see what happens. It should list all the columns in the DBO product table. That's very simple. It has listed all the columns and you can see all the columns have been listed here. Now let's move to the second statement. Now suppose if you wanted to choose only few columns, so you have to specify that column name 1, 2, 3, that's a product ID, product name, unit price from DBO product. DBO is the schema name, remember thing, and product is the table name. Here we go, and it has actually listed all the product name, the product ID, product name, and unit price. Let's move to the next SQL. Okay, here it is again select product, product name, unit price, column, category ID from DBO. These are the 4 columns name that has been selected from the DBO schema name. Okay, product is a table name, order by product name. The order by product name, the whatever I choose has to be there into the select statement, that column. Okay, now I'm going to execute this statement and it is going to be sorted by the product name. As you can see, it is being sorted by the product name alphabetically, A coming first and so on and so by. Now let's move to the next SQL statement. Now let's go and look at the SQL statement before actually executing it. Product ID is selected, product name is selected, unit price, category ID from again DBO the schema name, the product is a table name. Okay, now I have specified a condition in here, and if I wanted to actually select only for something, then I will have to specify with the where clause, and here I have specified, I have filtered this select. Previously without this thing it will give me all the records, all the rows in the tables. If I use a where clause, it will only choose those records that will be match the condition of the where clause. So specifying that thing, let's go back to the and execute the SQL statement, and I execute the SQL statement. There it is. It has actually shown all the records except for the category 1, because I had specified category not equals to 1. The rest of all the categories has been specified here. Now let's move to the next SQL statement. Okay, as you can see down here, you can see the database where that has been selected here. You can see it here, the number of seconds it took for the SQL statement to go on. Okay, and number of rows actually delivered. This is the administrator who has been logged in. 11 is the server name. Okay, this is 11. This is T 10.0 RTM. That's the SQL Server 10. That's which stands for SQL Server 2008. And here it says the query has been successfully executed. Okay, let's move to the next one. Here it says select product ID, product name, product unit price, category from DBO, again the schema name and the product where. Now the where has a different, actually with the and or you can use it. You can expand the where condition. Okay, here is unit price greater than 20 and less than equals to 40. Is equivalent to saying as something like in. Okay, let's go and execute the SQL statement. And again I have actually said it order by the unit price after the where clause. Means first it has to filter that those records that match the condition, and then it has to order by it the unit price. Execute it, and there it is. As you can see, it has executed it, and as you will see, the greater than 20 and less than 40, if you go and check it to the records or the rows, you will see that they are till the 40 and not more than 40. Similar syntax here, exactly as the same thing. Instead of using the greater than equals to and less than equals to, here is between 20 and 40. Okay, this is a very similar syntax, very similar thing, no difference at all. Different way of actually executing the SQL statement. And here we go, 20 is starting is here, and then you can, if you go down, it has the same number of rows and till the 40 is there, and there is no price above 40. Now let's go and see this SQL statement. It says everything same except that it is order by descending, unit price descending. After the it was the order price. Okay, let's go and see what it gives me. So it should give me the highest price first and the lowest price last. Previously it was because it was the ascending order, we were getting the 20 the first at the first row and the 40 at the last row. Here it has gone the reverse way. Again note that I can order it by more than one column. It is not necessary that I should order by one column only. The syntax is exactly as the same as previous one, except there is a now product name and unit price. Product name would be sorted ascending wise because it has not been specified descending, and the unit price would be sorted by descending. Execute it, and there we are. You can see that the product name is ascending, and if you see the unit price is descending. If you go and see in the columns, if you will see that it has been sorted alphabetically, and this has been sorted in the descending manner. Now let's look at this SQL. It selects the field 1, 2, 3. Okay, product ID, product name, unit price. Unit price is actually, when you see a column, this is a numeric column, category ID. You cannot tell what it is unless you look at the table. Unit in stocks would be usually a numeric one. Reorder label would be numeric one. and units in stock minus reorder level equals to quantity left to reorder. I am using a direct arithmetic in the SQL statement of the select statement directly, and this is quantity left for the to the order is actually the column that would be named for this computation. I'm doing a computation here, unit in stock minus the reorder level, and I'm giving it a column name. And let's go and execute the SQL statement. As you can see, I've already done, and here is the quantity left to order. Wherever the negative is, okay, means it has gone above the reorder level. The unit of the stock are lesser than the reorder level. That's why it's giving you a negative value. Now let's go and see this SQL statement. It says select unit price. Again the same thing till this thing exactly the same. Now again I can specify in the where clause I will have to compute it. Now suppose if I wanted to get only for the unit in stocks minus reorder level, whatever the result would be less than equals to 0, means that has already passed actually the reorder level. The quantity of the stocks have unit of the stocks have gone down below the reorder level or is equals to the reorder level. Now what's happening is that I cannot use the quantity left to reorder here. It will not work, as this column is actually I've already defined as a alias, and I've given it a name for this computation, but if I try to use this name it will not work here. Remember that thing. Now let's go and execute the SQL. Let's see what happens. Okay, now you can see all the negatives and zeros only. You will not be seeing any positive row here because of the condition. Here is again another computation, again field name, product ID, product name, unit price, unit stock, unit price multiplied by unit in stock, and then there is a column name. This time the computation is doing a multiplication, and we can run this SQL statement and just see it what happens. And there it is. If you see the total stocks, it is the unit price multiplied by the stock unit in stocks, and you get the total stocks. Now there is a while character when you are selecting the product name or any other character field. You can use a while card. Now in this example, the percentage stands for anything that follows a C, capital C, anything that follows a C, and a product name like anything follows the Q. A percentage means anything that would be following a Q. Now if I actually execute this SQL statement, it will give me the product name that are starting with C or the product name that are starting with Q. Now here I am going to execute the SQL statement and just show it to you that it will only show me the product name with a C or Q. As you can see, if I would have ordered it, it would have actually be in the same C listed all first and then by the Q. Again the same SQL statement, but I have added a condition and unit price greater than 20. Exactly the same, except I added one more condition to it. I'm going to execute this SQL statement. As you can see, all the unit price that are greater than 20. Okay, I'll just end the part of the one of the SQL statement here. Select SQL statement here and continue in the part 2.